Hi everyone, I want to visit Vietnam. Since I don't have time to plan my trip, I want to use AI agent to support me to find the best location and activities to visit and do in Vietnam, like a real travel agent.
Here I want to show you a quick demo. You start your program by calling main, and now we can talk with your AI agent. You can ask question, for example, give me the top 10 popular places to visit in Vietnam, and wait for 2-3 seconds. And it gives you a list of 10 places with a short description and the address. You can continue asking questions. For example, give me the best 10 beaches in Vietnam. And again, it gives you a list of 10 places, beaches. You can even ask about activities. For example, you can ask, give me the top 5 activities to do as a tourist in Vietnam. And again, it gives you the recommendations. And if you want to see the location on the temporary map, you just print map and enter, and suddenly a map it opens. As you see, all of the location that we asked, they are written, they are marked in the map. You can even email the content that the AI generated for you to your email. In that manner, you should type email. So an email will be sent to your email address. If I check here, for example, here we see. If you want to create a custom map in order to integrate with your Google Map, you should print export. Then a KML file will be generated. You create a custom map here in this URL. You can call it whatever you want, for example, Vietnam. And you should import this KML file here. I go to the folder that this KML file is located and just drag and drop here. And then I see that all of the markings that we talked about, they appears here. And then the most important step is that to integrate this custom map with your standard Google Map. You go to the saved and maps and find your map. And as soon as you press, you see that all of the maps will be integrated with your standard um, Google Map. And when you are done with your travel and want to get rid of them, just come back here and press to the close. In the following video, I will explain step by step what this AI agent do and explain even the code and the implementation. Hi everyone, I would like to show you my project TravelMind AI-Agent that is coded by Python. It is an AI-powered travel assistant that combines OpenAI and Google Maps APIs to help you to find and discover the best places anywhere in the world. You can simply ask everything, for example, something like that, show me the top 5 beaches in Thailand, and the system will find the real verified locations, get the exact Google Maps coordinates, and even create a custom map that you can open in your Google Maps app. It is also let you export, view, and email your personalized travel map, all powered by AI and smart prompt engineering. The idea behind this project came from my curiosity to make travel planning easier. by letting you visualize attractions before your trip and organize them in one place. To find this project, you can go to my GitHub channel, and there you find, and then under the repository TravelMind AI, you can find many Python files here. In the main Python file, it is where you can talk with your agent. For example, you can define your OpenAI model. You can actually use other model as well. For example, from Gemini or other or Llama, and all of the conversation with your prompt, with your Google Maps, and when your email account happens here. Here actually where you talk with your agent, and hmm. the next file that I want to show you, it is actually prompt. Here is where you define how your AI agent think and act step by step. You're actually free to change the text here. For example, if you want to have more harsher rules for your AI, or if you find, for example, if you want to, for example, you organize the rate here. I actually, the maximum is 5. I organize the 4.45 as a start point. And then you can actually do more restriction and become harsh or soft with your AI agent. And the next file that I want to explain short about, it is actually maps handler. In this file, actually, the magic happens. He actually talks with your Google Geocode API, and talks even with the Google Place API to find the best location and verified ones. It can even export those coordinates into a KML file, so you can see your result directly inside your Google Maps. Before the exporting, you can actually see and validate the location in a map generated by Python Folium to see how precise the location or how good result and location is. And the next file that I want to show, it actually Gmail sender. Here, for example, you can send your travel result or session summaries directly to your email. This file actually is optional. If you want to add this function to your Python code, so you are free to do that. And now we will go to the README and follow the steps that are given there, step by step. You can open your CMD or command prompt if you're happy. Otherwise, you can open your PowerShell, for example. It works as well if you have. And then I actually like to have my own directory. So I create one directory but mkdir. In Windows, you actually write mkdir, but in Linux, some other command. I call it Google Maps marker, but you don't need to that one. Then I go inside that one. So now we need to clone all of the codes. We need to clone from the Google account. So I just copy paste that one, and then it opens. So now all of the code are cloned in order to make sure if everything is right. So I just write dir and enter. You see that repository name, the project name is appears here. It means that it's all of the repository has been installed. We need to go inside that repository. So if you press dir, you see all of the codes that publish here. You see even here in your own PC. So next step is that you create your own Python environment if you like. Otherwise, you can work in your global Python environment. I actually prefer to have an own separate Python environment for all of the Python project that I do. Make create in my PC. It actually make it easier for me in order to have a control over the version since Python versions. So now, but your then once you have created your Python environment, I actually call it VN. You can activate it. So once you see the assigned parenthesis within VN inside, that means that your Python environment locally has been activated. But in Linux, in order to activate, you use other command if you have Linux or Mac. So since I'm more happy with the Visual Studio Code, I will use that one because I prefer to have one to have in order I prefer to see the Python files and all of the folders that I'm working at the same time. And the PowerShell or Command Prime, I don't have this opportunity, but feel free. If you don't have Visual Studio, you can continue working here. Since I have one, so I just write copy and space dot. So and enter, then it opens Visual Studio codes for me here. So I don't need that one. I don't need welcome, and I need to open a terminal, new terminal. As you see that even the terminal, the Python environment is activated here. It means that the PowerShell and the Visual Studio Code, they are talking to each other, which is very good. The next step is that to install dependencies. Here is the tree, so I copy paste that one and here and press enter. It will actually take some couple of seconds, probably 10 or 20. So I pause the video until that is done. Once all of the dependencies are installed, we go to the next step, which is that configuration, the key. We need to create some keys here. We need to uncomment those lines since we are going to create. So the next key is that we need to create keys for the Google Maps API. So in order to create that one, I go to this link. So the first thing that you do here is that you need to create a project. Uh, if you don't have any project yet, so you need to you need to press new project and call it something you want. But since I have already projects, so I need to create one. So I just choose one of those existing one. I go to the Google Maps Finder, which is my project, and then once I'm in the project, so I go to the app and services and enable app and services. I need to enable that one, app and services, and then I actually go and searching for geo geocode coding API. So I need to choose the upper one, geocoding API, and activate it or enable it. Since I have already enabled it, so I don't need to do that again. But if you are not enabled, so you must do it here. So it will be some option here that is means enable. Then you go to another one, which is since there are two places API, and I just copy that one to make it easier for myself since I'm lazy. So there is now, you see there is two API that comes, but you can activate it either both or just it's enough with the first one. In order to be sure that everything works smoothly, activate both of them. I have already done activated. You see API enabled, so I don't need to do it again. So you can go with the other one as well, other option, and activate this one as well. So once you have done, you need to create a API key. Again, you go to the task option. In this time, you go to the enable API and services, but choose credential instead and press here. So you see that now you need to create credential if you don't have already one. I have already two, so I don't need to create. But if in case you don't have, you just go to create a credential and API key, press here. Don't choose any restriction for your API key. Just put it everything as default and call it something this enable key, name or something, and just create. Since I have already, so I don't need create. And then you copy your API key and put it here. And it will be start with the AI and finish with something. Once you have done with your Google Console API, Google Cloud Console, so you go to the next step, and the next step is that next is one thing I want to mention before we go to the next step. It means that is the file. At the beginning, we try to at the beginning we try to work with the given API. We will see if it works or not. I think at the beginning you will receive some free tokens that in order to test or work some couple of query you can send. But in case, but if you receive error, it means that your keys is not working. In that case, you need to come here and enable billing. It means that you need to pay. But working with the Google Console is good that you can actually create a free trial for yourself, free trial account. You can create free trial and connect this free trial to your bank card number, and you will receive $300 that is free to use for 90 days. So it's actually at the beginning for the first 90 days is for free. You can use as much as you want. I mean, on up to $300. I have already connected to my bank account and enable billing. So I don't need to do it again. But in case that in your case, if it didn't work, your API didn't work, so you need to enable it. So the next step, yes, we have already talked about that one. The next is that we go to the OpenAI and try to create an key here, because if you use OpenAI as your generative models here, uh, for example, I use GPT-4. You can use actually GPT-5 or something else, or you can even use Gemini or Llama. But in no matter which model you use, so you need to come here and leave the key here. Since I use the OpenAI, because the GPT-4 belongs to OpenAI, so I need to create in OpenAI a platform, one key. So I just copy paste that one and go. As you see in the OpenAI platform, I have already 3 keys. I will use one of those existing ones, so I don't need to create one. But if you don't have any key, you need to create a new one. But at the beginning, you don't need to pay because I had a free. You just need to create a key because OpenAI will give you some free tokens that is enough for this project. But in future, if you want to create your own projects, of course, you need probably pay, but it's not so much. You can pay only $5 and you will receive as much as token as you need for some couple of projects. I have already created a secret key, so I don't need to create one. So I just print here, copy and paste here. So the next step that uh, if you don't, I have tested this one only with the Gmail, not, for example, with the Yahoo.com, not with .com, or not with the Outlook.com, not other domain. But I think it's possible to test with other domain as well. But for the simplicity, I just use my Gmail. You need to enter your email address here, and then you need to actually put your password, but not for a password for the Gmail, is your app password. But how to create your app password? You just press here, go to the open a new browser. Here you need to enter your password for the email that you want to use. Actually, these steps are optional. If you're curious, if you want to receive some email as well, test this one. Just do it. Once you enter your password, you're going to lead to ended up in this page, which is the app password. Uh, uh, you need just to give a name for your app, for example, whatever you want. I actually already created one and gave this name mail sender. As soon as you enter the a name here, for example, we say that you This is an option become blue, that's dark, that give you create, and you can create, and it gives you actually 16 letter password that you can print, that you can copy paste here. It will be, it's actually like bank card number. It is 4444, but not number, not is letters. Then when you have done, we go back to the readme and check what is need to be done. So in order to go further, we need to see if the given key are working as well smoothly before we go and run the codes. I don't want to start with that one, the test Google Map, because as soon as this I try this one, actually my Google Maps key will appear, so I don't want to keep it hidden. So I go to the next one and test it, copy that one, comes here. I need to clear my page, terminal page. I print CLS. So now is okay. So if you receive this kind of output, it means that you have done. It means that everything is okay with your, with your API key from your Google console. So you don't need to pay. If you don't receive such kind of output, you need to enable your billing in your Google Console Cloud. So the next one, we do that one. I have already, I go, before I test this one, I go to my Gmail and see how it looks. You see that there is, yeah. So when I copy and try to test my email, I just enter. Now it should actually be sent an email to my email address, which is that one. So I go and check. It said it is, yeah, it has already sent. Attraction based on GPT. So this is only an email test. So now I know that both email sender, and APIs from Google Console, it works. So I can continue with the codes usage. Now we are in the best part of the project, that now we want to start talking with our AI agent. So just copy and paste that one. So it actually asked me, oh, you can ask about AI attraction, hotel space. Since I'm interested to travel to Sri Lanka and I don't have time to go and listen to many videos and recensions, and in order to mark some attraction points, I just want to use and create an AI agent that can do the job for me. So I can ask them, give me the top 10 beaches in Sri Lanka. I hope I have spelled it right. So it will think a little bit and will first find, according to ChatGPT, the 10 best, and then I will go and find the precise location. As you see that there is 10 beaches here, and then going to find. It's first actually try to find the location, but you code API. Then if the coordinate are not so precise, so you start working with the Google Place instead. So now we see that okay, you have some location maps. If you want to see them, where your location, print map. So we just print map. So then, as soon as you print map, it will open in a, and a map by Folium Python library. You see that they actually give me 10 beaches. All of them are close to the sea. For example, that one. So Kogala Beach. So it seems that it has ChatGPT actually given 10 beaches with their coordinates. Now I want to ask, give me or show me the top or the best, and the famous 5 temples in Sri Lanka. I hope that I spell it right. So it will think a bit and then give me the output. Yes, you can define your maximum and your minimum number of given positions and restaurant. So I didn't in your prompt. So now now we want to test them if we are happy or not. You see that the old position they are still on the place and give me 5 new ones. For example, here I have new position. As you see here is the temple. It's the symbol for the temple. So and here is another. You see here is the place that there is many temples here, 5. So it given me a middle of all of those 5, a position. Maybe they are not exact position, but maybe some couple of 100 meters far from the real one. So here the same. So here the same thing. You have already seen that. There is a position here. I think hopefully, yeah, is close to temple as well. So almost 95% of the position that I have tested so far, they are actually right. So if I'm happy with that one, if you can actually continue on chatting and ask more about Sri Lanka, for example, the best restaurant, for example, best museum, museum and other stuff, many questions. If you are happy, for example, if you want to see the locations, just print location. So you will, all of the location will be saved, even if you are if you're happy, for example, you want to send them the list in your email, so you can do that. So, for example, now I will receive a new email. If you see here, I have the list all of the 10 beaches and the 5 temples that I asked the agent. So the next one is that I want to actually export that one. I want to export it and create a custom map for my Google Map. So I just writing export. You see that export and enter. As you see, as soon as I print export, it will open a new file, which is pigeon places. So if I go back to the README, so now I should follow. Here it actually tell me that you must first create a custom map in this link. So I go and print that one. So I create a new map. I call it maybe Sri Lanka. No, sorry, not that one. Yes. I call it my Sri Lanka map. So now you can import the KML file here. You actually have two choices. Either you upload this one to your Google Drive and then you retrieve from Google Drive, or you can direct drag and drop here. And the direct drag and drop is not possible through the VS Code. You must go. You need to go and go to your file explorer and find the folder. Now now I'm in the right folder. So and you can I find the GML file and drop it here. So as soon as I drop it here, it will work. You see that the Sri Lanka map appears here for me, all of the location and except this Sri Lanka, all of the world is not marked. The only country that they have the marking is labeled is Sri Lanka. The next step is that to integrate this with your Google Map, with your standard Google Map. So I just go to my original standard or regular Google Maps. As you see that I have many places that I mark it here. So if I go to my Sri Lanka part, I see that there is only some couple of places, for example, one waterfalls, a place for temple, and one safari place that are market. So except those 5 or 6 places, I don't have any more places. So uh, so in order to integrate my custom map with my regular map, I go to the save it is or spar it, and then I try go to the maps, which is in Swedish we call it kartor, and then I find my Sri Lanka map here. I just press it on that once, and as soon as I press, you see that the coordinate that my AI agent gave me, they appears here. So so they are blue, not the same color as other one. So, but as when you are done with your, for example, trip, and you are tired, you want to remove it, you just come here and just press. You see that the markings on the map they disappears. Then so now we are on the end of video. So if you're happy with everything with the chat, you can just go to the and exit, and then you can deactivate your Python environment, and so you are done. Thank you very much for listening to this video and following the steps. If you have any question, you can comment below the video, and I will ask you a question. If you have some suggestion for new videos or other stuff, you can share with me, or your knowledge you can share with me, or if you have some link that you want me to check your videos or your codes, so feel free to share with me.